Hey everyone, what is up? How's it going? If you're new here, I'm Al. I go by Dapper Chef on Poshmark and eBay. I'm a full-time foodie, part-time reseller. Or if you're coming back, welcome back. So I went to a Salvation Army today and just to a Goodwill right after. I I did pretty good, I want to say. Average COGS was about a little bit under $5. I'm going to say it was about $4.98 each item. Some stuff was half off, some stuff was 25% off. Then at Goodwill, I know I had $15 in points. So let's get started. Do the first couple things are what I picked up for myself. First thing is just this Ghost Energy Drink hoodie. This I think was at Goodwill. It was like $6. Just a nice little one just to wear on listing. Next guy, these were $17.19. So these are newer Goodwills now have the price sticker down here. I know my shoe prices have gone up drastically at Goodwills. Same with my Salvation Armies, but I like it now with the Goodwills because you can see when it came out. So these came out 2 days ago. So sadly they don't do color tags anymore. These are nice like military boot. Perfect for this time of year. I'm still debating on the color. I want to say these are like a gray green. They call this a sage green, but different lighting makes it look green. But other lighting makes it look gray. Let me know what you guys think about coloring on this one. And the other thing I might keep for myself, or I might sell it. I haven't decided yet. $6.99. I knew what this was right away just because of the style, and I saw this little tag right here sticking out. If you know this, you'll know it's Rain Spooner, and it's a vintage Rain Spooner tag, and it's a Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So this is size large, 100% cotton, tailored in Hawaii. So that's everything I got for myself, I believe. Everything else I think I'm selling. So no particular order. This was $2.99 at Goodwill. Just as vintage 1996 Chicago Bulls Champions NBA hat. It's on the NFL official tag with the logo 7 ink strap, whatever that means. You know, it's got the normal wear and tear, some yellowing in the band, and just some peeling in the basketball. But looking this up, people have these listed high. Maybe I can ask maybe like $30 to $40 just for this in this shape. Listed as is. Next guy, $14.99 at Goodwill. Again, not what I would have paid normally. Back then, these probably would only cost like $10 at most. But they're free people. The reason I got these were two things. They're very like vintagey inspired. Good keywords I would use for this would be like Sabrina Carpenter, what's the other one? Sabrina Carpenter, Kelsey Ballerini, and like Paris Hilton, romantic. These are free people. Which I thought was really interesting with these is they're made in Italy. Sadly, I don't know if they're leather or not leather. Just it's not listed. But a free people shoe made in Italy. Usually, I'm used to seeing them made in Spain or India. They're like this nice platform. I don't know, would you call these a heel or a sandal? They're kind of like retro. What other keywords would you use for these? Next two guys were accessories. This was $4.99 at Goodwill. This was $3.99. So the only reason I got this is because it's mainline Michael Kors. Usually the monogram stuff sells super fast for me. If not, I can always take this to buy, sell, trade. They'll buy it right away. My one clothes mentor would usually pays out about $15 for a mainline Michael Kors. So here's what I mean when I say mainline. So Michael Kors, usually you'll see the other one, which is just Michael Kors. Another way to check if it's mainline A is right in here, Michael Kors. And this I knew what it was right away just because of the piping, but this could be two brands. If you're thinking it could be the Burberry or Balenciaga, no, it's Bally, Bally. This is like a vintage continental style wallet. I say these are continental style wallets and travel wallets all the time, and I sell them like that. Certain people look for these styles. Or this could even hold I want to say you might be able to hold a phone in it too. But for Bally, it's kind of one of those brands that I believe, based on my own experience, is usually never really non-authentic because it's not like a highly design. I mean, it's a good designer brand, but it's not really highly designed, if you know what I mean. But you know, Bally, Bally, with a little kiss lock pouch in the center, divider. So usually you'll see Bally, or you'll see it as Bally of Switzerland. So, little tidbit. Next guy. I think all the rest of this stuff is, yep. All the rest of the stuff is going to be my Salvation Army. So Salvation Army, a lot of my tags are 25% off and 50% off. First guy was $3.99. This I got based on the graphic. This is faded tee, little black and white, worn out tour shirt. And the only reason I picked it up was because it is Travis Scott, which is a rapper, I think. It's from the, I don't know, Utopia tour, maybe? Yeah, so Travis Scott from 2023. So maybe comp-wise, I haven't really done much researching on it, but I know like rap stuff still does really well. Next guy, $6.99. This I want to say is a good bolo brand. Maybe. I've not really found it before, but I believe I've heard of it. So it's just this nice little viscose resort wear. I'd use like resort wear, cabana, beach shirt, pool shirt, travel, resort wear. I don't know what else other words I would use. But what made me grab it was because this big tag, you know, it's not cheap when they do it like this. Designed in Sweden, made in Portugal, and it's OAS, OAS, or AUS, whatever, I don't know the exact name of this brand, how to sell it. But also, good quality like that. This factor being made in Portugal. And the fact it has a QR code, and it gives me all the info on here. So it's the Murky Mist Viscose shirt. Comps were surprisingly good for this. You know, in this time of day, this time of year, maybe I'll ask like $30-40, but retail wise, I think this was a little bit over 108, like about 108. Another keyword I could use could be Earth Day. So don't mind me if I'm taking tags off. We're gonna pick these up right away. Next one, $2.99, extra small. Favorite Daughter, which I think used to be a exclusive Aritzia brand, but I think now it's sold at Anthro and Free People too, as well as Nordstrom Rack. You know, I have this little basic color. I've yet to sell any of this brand. I only had one other thing from them before, a baseball hat that was still sitting on. Next guy, $7.99. This I knew what it was just based on the style and the print. This could be a good seasonal or transitional dress from fall into winter and vice versa. Oh, there's a little split. But ALC, and it is ALC size 4. The only real wear I just noticed now, which probably why no one picked it up, was just there's a little split in the seam right here. But that looks like it could just easily be sewn back in. Next guy, $4.99. This, you probably already can tell what it is just based on the style. Nice little mustard color, peasant style, balloon sleeve, pleated, buttons top. And it's Free People, extra small. This one I don't think is a newer piece. Oh, it is a newer piece. So like if you've noticed, if you've seen some of my other videos or other people's videos, it's a newer Anthropology Free People Urban pieces will have the size tag in the material tag as well. Next guy, $5.99, but again, I think this was one of the half off colors too. So this was next to some $15 Target shirts and $25 Zara shirts. So can you tell who underpriced this? So you might be able to tell what it is just based on the print or the size. So it's 3X. All I saw was embroidery, and I already knew what it was, and I saw this. If you know that logo, you know it's Johnny Was. Which I know Johnny Was isn't selling like it used to, but for that price, for what, $3, you can't go wrong. Next guy, $4.99. This is a really good bolo brand. 2 bolo brands to look for. So it's this nice cream, minimalist, Parisian color, nautical, coastal, whatever you want to say, stripe, cream and white. Has the little hit here. It's St. James. Not only St. James, so St. James is a really good bolo brand to look for, but it's also a collection with Jenny Kane. So 2 really good brands. So Jenny Kane and St. James. Linen blend, I want to say it is a linen blend. It's a US 38, which I think is like a medium. Yeah, 98% linen, 2% elastane. So with this, if you're familiar with these 2 brands, what would you put as far as your main brand for this? I don't know. I'm thinking about posting it twice in both categories to see. Next piece, little 2-piece pajama set, $12.99, again half off. So what made me pick these up was because of the colorway. So if you know, like what some people say, don't sleep on sleepwear. So it's this rainbow striped long sleeved pajama top with the matching lounge bottoms. They're both extra larges. So that's kind of what made me pick them up. And this brand I know is a really good sleepwear brand. I have sold it once before, and I know they retail high. I think this set retailed for $178, I want to say. But the brand is Sleepy Jones, and it's a collaboration with the Color Factory. But, you know, extra large. You could use like Art Teacher, Pride, Whimsical, Artsy. That should sell. Next guy, $5.99. This I think is a newer label for this brand. So I picked it up just based on material. The only thing I noticed was there's a small snag in the back of this dress, but it's kind of like an athletic-y style dress. Nice, like a nice knit. Navy color with the white piping. So I'm going to do like keywords I would use for this: academia, athleisure, sporty, pickleball, tennis, preppy, yachting. But back to the brand is Spanx, extra large. I think this is one of the newer Spanx labels, the white label, I believe. Next piece, $1.99. This is a huge bolo brand. If you see Ryan and Jack's videos, they've talked about this brand before. This brand has, I think I've only sat on it like 2 days, and it's sold super fast the first time. Sadly, I wish this was my size. This along with J.W. Anderson are like some of my favorite designers. So it's Keel James Patrick, and this is the Toasty Cozy Sweater collection. So classic New England style. It's 100% cotton. This little Fair Isle, Anchor, Snowflake, Waves, Wild Print sweater. So coastal for sure, nautical for sure, cozy for sure. If you see these brands, anything in this brand, I would say pick it up regardless. They make men's and women's, and a lot of their pieces are highly collectible. All right, down to the last 2 pieces. This was $3.99. This I just got based on style. It's kind of streetwear-y. So it's Andy Warhol with KAWS, K-A-W-S, and it's for Uniqlo. The only reason I got that was because it was new with tag. Extra large. You know, if I can't sell it, I'm sure my buy-sell trade will take it. And then last but not least, just these 3 t-shirts, which I think I might just keep. I'm not sure. They were all $2.99, $2.99, $2.99. So I got a blue and a green, 2 blues and a green, and it's an athletic brand. I know they make women's, which I didn't know they made men's until I looked it up on their site. So I guess the men's stuff is a bolos too. It's Beyond Yoga. I want to say these are men's. These might, based on what I looked up, this could. I think this is like the new Everyday Crew. But so blue. What I'll probably do is I'll probably sell one of the blue ones just to see. But I did get 2 blues and 1 green. So for $2.99, you can't go wrong. So that is everything I have in this haul. The only other thing I have that I grabbed, which I forgot to pull, was a Mickey Mouse, a Mickey Mouse blow mold for Christmas. It was from 2022. They had a price at $30. So I saw it first coming out, and I went to the cashier, asking just to be nice because I want to know, I want to see if they had a screwdriver because I want to see if it was corroded, because who would get rid of a blow mold? Like, why would a blow mold be sitting here on the shelf? Because, those things get snatched up fast. Sadly, they didn't have one, but luckily this cashier is one of the regular cashiers I always deal with. So instead of me waiting for a screwdriver, she just ended up giving to me for half off. So $15 for a nice little Mickey Mouse snow blow mold. Can't go wrong. So I got home, I ended up testing it out, and it works perfectly fine. You probably saw that in the short I posted earlier today. Just need new batteries. So win-win. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye.